yun naman, magre-reflect para sa isip mo kung ano pa yung nangyari sa'yo sa scenario na.
How does bullying impact academic performance and self-esteem?
Yun, like what I said yung una, makaka-apekto yun nga sa mentality. Kasi, example sa academic, sa recitation, takot ka express o pakita pa kung sino ka kasi ang daming judgment ng tao, ang daming nasasabi ng ibang tao which is ang focusing lang naman nila is negative thoughts o negative sides ko lang yung nakikita. So I think yun yung magiging academic barriers.
Can self-defense training empower victims of bullying? So,
For me, nakaka-empower siya kasi alam naman natin pag-victim ka ng bullying is maluluwa nga yung confidence mo. So I think this is the makakatulong to kasi once you are aware about sa bullying and also sa self-defense, aware ka sa kung paano mo i-defend yung sarili mo, hindi lang physically but also sa mentally.
what are the benefits of incorporating self-defense techniques in anti-bullying?
So yun, madami siyang benefits, hindi lang sa physically, at saka ganun sa mental. Example sa physically, magiging aware sila kung paano ba yung pagtamang ilag, pagtamang pagdepensa sa sarili mo physically and also sa mental, kung paano ba i-overcome yung ganitong situation or scenarios using your own think or your ideas to overcome these scenarios.
What are the benefits of incorporating self-defense technology into anti-bullying programs? Can self-defense training build confidence and self-esteem?
So yun nga, tulad ng sabi ko, once na naging aware ka o nagkaroon ka ng idea about that, mabuboost yung confidence mo na aware ka na i-defend yung sarili mo, aware ka kung paano mag-escape yung struggles o yung situations na kung saan ka man papunta.
What role does bystander intervention play in preventing and addressing bullying?
So yun, as we all know na there is many youth or adolescents who has aggressive in our generations today. So I think hindi rin possible din na yung mga bystander na yun ay maaaring makasali sa gulo. So I think yun yung pangit niya side nun kasi maaaring lumaki tayong gulo. Ang positive naman niya is pwede yung mga bystander na yun is magsumbong sa mga authority o sa mga mas nakakataas para bawasan pa o hindi magtuloy-tuloy yung pagbubuli na nagaganap sa isang scenario.
How does self-defense education contribute to creating a safer school environment?
For me, makakatulong siya pero hindi siya strongly enough para bawasan yung ganitong cases because we all know na every each of us is have own thinking or free will to think or to decide kung anong gusto natin gawin. So I think hindi natin yung masasabi na hindi mo pwedeng gawin yan. Pero by using the self-defense, makakatulong siya sa pagbabawas kasi once na yung isang student o isang pupil is aware dito, alam niya kung paano escape yun o kung paano nga ba yung tamang decision, it's either lalabanan niya ba o i-ignore niya na lang kasi mas lalaki pa yung gulo.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
For me, wala siyang legal and also wala din siyang illegal. But alam naman natin na magiging okay siya kung gagamitin natin itong self-defense sa ayos at pasok pa rin sa limitations nitong tinatawag natin self-defense. Kasi alam naman nga natin na ang daming abusado o nag-a-abuse sa self-defense which is yung mga tao o yung mga students or youth na mayabang kasi lumalaki yung ulo. Kung saan kapag natuto sila nitong ganito is gagamitin na lang nila kung saan na kahit na hindi nila namamalay na naaabuso na pala nila yung ganitong skills o techniques.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
So we all know naman na madaming type ng bullying. Whether it's physically or cyberbullying which is nagaganap sa online. So I think the best way or the best strategies to gamitin sa physical as to defend ourselves is firstly is kausapin na lang kung kakaya pa kausapin and second so yun, gamitin na natin yung self-defense na natutunan natin. Sa cyberbullying naman which is online siya, pwede natin gamitin yung words natin o yung salita natin na sabihan siya na hindi maganda or it's either ignore na lang natin siya kasi yun yung best way upang hindi rin tayo masakitan o makasakit din ng iba.
How can schools and communities work together to promote self-defense skills among youth?
So yun, as we all know na ang daming pwedeng maging programs. I think the best way is make a programs which is yun nga, ituturo yung self-defense and yun yung mga difference or basic skills ng self-defense para ma-defend din yung mga audience sa sarili nila sa iba physically. And also, we can make assembly or seminars na magtuturo ng moral support o moral kung paano nga ba gamitin ng ayos ng pasok sa limitations ng self-defense and also kung paano i-defend yung sarili natin na hindi gumagamit ng physical.
What are the cultural and societal barriers to implementing self-defense education in school in mainstream subjects?
So, we all know naman na ang Philippines is super religious country which is ang daming religious traditions na lumaganap din. So, I think the one factor or the barrier na kakaharapin natin sa pag-implement itong self-defense is yun nga, religion which is may mga religion na may laws o batas na kung saan hindi naman natin pwede galawin or may laws sila na kung saan hindi natin pwedeng hawakan o makasilamuha yung mga karatig o kakampi nitong isang sambahan o isang factor. The second is the culture, yung kinakailangan nga ba ng isang tao kasi we all know na hindi naman lahat ng tao is aware of is willing to na makisali dito sa activities because we all know na may mga part ng LGBTQ plus A na kung saan may mga gays or also yung mga ibang part na takot sumali sa ganito kasi it's all about the physical pero makakatulong din naman tayo sa kanila by using the moral or words kung paano nga ba i-defend yung sarili natin o magkaroon lang sila ng idea kung paano nga ba i-defense o yung ano yung proper way para ma-defense natin yung sarili natin sa ganitong scenarios or situations.
How does self-defense training foster resilience and mental well-being in victims?
So yun nga, when you say self-defense natin kasi hindi na naman ito focus sa physically but also sa mental and moral natin which is yung self-defense ito makakatulong siya to build or to foster our resilience kung saan makakatulong siya na mag-boost pa yung confidence natin kasi alam naman natin mas na-aware tayo sa self-defense magkakaroon tayo ng ideas to defend ourselves or mas mapaayos pa o mapaganda yung pag-response natin sa ganitong bullying.
Can self-defense education help with nonsense, cyberbullying, and harassment?
For me, when we say cyberbullying nga kasi it's nasa behind siya ng computer or online. So I think self-defense hindi siya pwede gamitin kasi hindi naman natin pwede sapakin yung computer kasi nakikita din natin doon yung bully. So I think the best way is gumamit tayo ng words nga para ma-defense pa yung sarili natin or yun nga. Then sa harassment naman, magagamit naman natin itong self-defense or suitable siya gamitin kasi physically naman itong harassment na to which is yun nga kaya natin defend yung sarili natin using this self-defense physically.
What are the ethical considerations of teaching self-defense to children and adolescents?
Tulad nga nung sabi ko, when we say of children, wala siyang legality decision o wala siyang legal na mag-decide sa sarili niya kasi children siya. So I think yun yung dapat natin considerate. Second is the consent of the parent ng isang children tutulungan natin kasi we all know that na ang self-defense is more on physically. So I think hindi suitable yung physical ng isang children sa ganitong activities. And third is the patience kung paano turuan nga ba yung mga bata kasi we all know na once a bata yan, mahirap siya turuan o it's either mahirap o late bloomers lang siya. So naman sa adolescents, suitable siya kasi yun, yung physical naman na adolescents is pwede naman siya gamitin o gawin tong activities na to which is yun nga, maganda to sa mga adolescents kasi more on youth or adolescents yung mga victims ng ganitong bullying whether it is cyberbullying or sa physical na bullying.
How can incorporating self-defense techniques in subject promote culture of respect, empathy, and understanding?
So, yung nasabi ko sa inyo na hindi bigyan din yung respect natin kung saan i-respeto na lang natin yung mga taong ayaw sumali sa ganitong activities kasi we all know na may mga tao din takot o may insecurities din kung saan nahihiya sila na ilabas sa insecurity nila sa next values kung saan nagalaki na lang natin talaga yung kung ano mga decision ng tao kasi we all know that like in the lesson in the philosophy na every each of us is free will to decide tingin ko ano nga ba talaga gusto natin gawin kasi yun yung rights natin na pumili o paano o mag-decide niya kung ano gusto natin sa papasok na yung understanding which is yun nga iintindihin na lang natin kung ano ba yung mga yung mga barriers o yung mga ayaw nilang gawin o yung mga decision nila kasi tulad ka sabi ko meron naman tayong free will to choose o free will to decide kung ano nga ba gusto natin.
What role does bystander intervention play in preventing and addressing bullying?
Bystander intervention stops bullying by empowering people to speak up.
How does self-defense education contribute to creating a safer school environment?
Self-education in school equips students self-protection and fostering awareness.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
Yes, there can be legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
For example, verbal bullying, you can stand up for yourself calmly, and for physical bullying, you can use self-defense techniques to protect yourself.
How can we schools and communities work together to promote self-defense skill among youth?
For me, through programs, workshops, and events, emerging youth to speak up for themselves and to have confidence.
Okay, thank you so much. We're done.
What are the long-term psychological effects of bullying on individuals?
Bullying can make people feel really bad for a long time, like feeling worried, sad, or not rude about themselves.
How does bullying impact academic performance and social development?
Bullying can make it hard for students to focus on schoolwork and can mess up their friendship.
Can self-defense training empower victims of bullying? If so, how?
Learning self-defense can help bullied people feel stronger and more confident.
What are the benefits of incorporating self-defense techniques into anti-bullying programs?
Teaching self-defense in anti-bullying programs can help bullied kids feel safer and more secure.
What role does bystander intervention play in preventing and addressing bullying?
Self-defense training can make people feel more sure of themselves and confident.
How does self-defense education contribute to creating a safer school environment?
When people step into stop bullying, it makes school safer and nicer place.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
Learning self-defense can help kids stand for themselves and others, making bullying less likely.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
It's okay to defend yourself, but it's important to know the rules to avoid getting in trouble.
How can schools and communities work together to promote self-defense skills among youth?
Different bullying situations need different responses, like using words or getting away safely.
What are the cultural and societal barriers to implementing self-defense education in mainstream subjects?
School and communities can work together to offer self-defense classes for kids.
How does self-defense training foster resilience and mental well-being in victims of bullying?
Some people might like the idea of teaching self-defense schools because they think it's too aggressive.
Can self-defense education help reduce instances of cyberbullying and harassment?
Learning self-defense can help bullied people feel better and more able to handle the situation.
What are the ethical considerations of teaching self-defense to children and adolescents?
Self-defense training can also teach kids how to stay safe online and deal with cyberbullying.
How can incorporating self-defense into mainstream subjects promote a culture of respect, empathy, and understanding?
Teaching self-defense means talking about when it's okay to fight back, so it's important to do it in a fair way.
What are the cultural and psychological improvements in self-defense education in mainstream subjects? How does self-defense training consider areas in in self-defense education, it study what are the ethical implications of teaching self-defense?
Steps on how to do the basics self-defense, and it will help us know the senses of our children to be knowledgeable on conducting or implementing the self-defense.
How can incorporating self-defense in mainstream subjects promote a culture of respect and
I think talaga na-gets ko. 15, okay. First, let's start with respect. Siyempre, we respect what they felt. Muna sila. Empathy is share natin yung nararamdaman natin sa nararamdaman nila. Then understanding is naiintindihan natin sila where are they coming from. Thank you.
What are the long-term psychological effects of bullying on individuals?
Bullying can mess up people's minds for a long time, making them feel anxious, depressed, or even having low self-esteem.
How does bullying impact academic performance and social development?
Bullying can make it hard for students to concentrate on schoolworks, leading to lower grades. It can also mess with their friendships and how they interact with others.
Can self-defense training empower victims of bullying? If so, how?
Learning self-defense can give bullied people skills to protect themselves, physically and mentally, making them feel more confident and empowered.
What are the benefits of incorporating self-defense techniques into anti-bullying programs?
Teaching self-defense in anti-bullying programs can give bullied kids tools to defend themselves and feel more secure, reducing the chances of being targeted.
How can self-defense training build confidence and self-esteem in individuals?
Self-defense training can make people feel stronger and more sure of themselves, which can boost their confidence and how they see themselves.
What role does bystander intervention play in preventing and addressing bullying?
When people step in to stop bullying or support the victim, it can prevent the bullying from happening or escalating, making schools safer and friendlier.
How does self-defense education contribute to creating a safer school environment?
Self-defense education can teach kids to stand up for themselves and others, creating an environment where bullying is less likely to happen because bullies know they won't get away with it.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
Using self-defense to protect yourself is okay in many places, but there might be rules about how much force you can use. It is important to know the laws to avoid legal trouble.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
Different bullying situation might need different responses. Example, using words to stand up to verbal bullying or knowing how to get out a physical attack safely.
How can schools and communities work together to promote self-defense skills among youth?
Schools and communities can team up to offer self-defense classes or workshop, making it easier for kids to learn these important skills.
What are the cultural and societal barriers to implementing self-defense education in mainstream subjects?
Some people might think self-defense is too aggressive or not suitable for everyone, so it could be tough to get everyone on board with teaching it at school.
How does self-defense training foster resilience and mental well-being in victims of bullying?
Learning self-defense can help bullied people stronger and more capable, improving their mental health and helping them bounce back from tough situations.
Can self-defense education help reduce instances of cyberbullying and harassment?
Self-defense education can teach kids how to protect themselves online and deal with cyberbullying, making them feel safer and more confident online.
What are the ethical considerations of teaching self-defense to children and adolescents?
Teaching kids self-defense raises questions about when it's okay to use force, so it's important to approach it ethically and making sure kids understand the responsibility that comes with these skills.
How can incorporating self-defense into mainstream subjects promote a culture of respect, empathy, and understanding?
By teaching self-defense alongside subjects like respect and empathy, schools can promote a culture where people treat each other well and stop against bullying.
That's all.
What are the long-term psychological effects of bullying on individuals?
I think long-term psychological effects of bullying are depression and being traumatized.
How does bullying impact academic performance and social development?
I think in academic performance, um, students get bullied might fail or drop out since they experience bullying and cause them traumatized. And in social development, um, they can be um, insecure and confidently enough, not confident enough.
Can self-defense training empower victims of bullying? If so, how?
Yes, by by knowing self-defense, they can protect themselves and they can be confident to um, to face the people around them.
What are the benefits of incorporating self-defense techniques into anti-bullying programs?
Just like what I've said, um, students who knows how to defend themselves by um, using self-defense, they can be confident and um, being scared of those bullies can prevent or we can avoid it.
for the last. How can self-defense training build confidence and self-esteem in individuals?
Um, Knowing self-defense, they can be confident by showing that they're not afraid of people, and they can confidently stand alone and um, stand alone and do everything with themselves. Okay.
What are the long-term psychological effects of bullying on individuals?
Sa tingin ko yung long-term na psychological effect ng bullying sa individuals ay yung trauma or yung phobia na pwedeng nilang makuha from bullying na nangyari sa past nila. Kumbaga parang yun yung nadadala nila hanggang sa paglaki nila. Natatakot sila makipag-socialize sa mga tao.
How does bullying impact academic performance and social development?
Pagdating sa academic, kapag nabully ang isang tao, alam naman natin na parang bumababa yung confidence nila, yung self-esteem nila. So, may possibilities na bumaba din yung yung performance nila, academic performance. And pagdating naman sa pakikipag-socialize, kumbaga parang natatakot sila na makipag-socialize sa ibang tao, since yun nga, nabubuli sila, and yun nga, sa tingin nila ay ang sarili lang nila ang kakampi nila.
Can self-defense training empower victims of bullying? If so, how?
Sa tingin ko naman may empower ng self-defense ang mga biktima ng bullying. Sa tingin ko ang isa sa hindi naman porket sinabi natin self-defense marahas na kumbaga parang i-defend lang natin yung sarili natin. So pwede natin i-defend ating sarili sa hindi sa pamaraang marahas. Sa tingin ko may empower naman yung mga victim ng bullying.
What are the benefits of incorporating self-defense techniques into anti-bullying programs?
So yun nga, kung merong self-defense, kumbaga parang matuturuan natin yung mga victims ng bullying na lumaban sila, kumbaga parang mas maging matatag sila sa kung sino man yung nambubuli sa kanila.
How can self-defense training build confidence and self-esteem in individuals?
Yun nga, so kapag alam mo kung paano labanan ang bullying, kumbaga parang hindi ka na maaapi, kumbaga parang hindi ka na matatakot na kung ano man yung pwede nilang ibato sa'yo, kasi alam mo na kaya mong protektahan ng sarili mo.
What role does bystander intervention play in preventing and addressing bullying?
Sa tingin ko, yung pagdating naman sa mga bystander, makakatulong sila sa kumbaga parang sa pagsuporta sa mga program ng anti-bullying.
How does self-defense education contribute to creating a safer school environment?
So yun nga, alam natin na may bullying pagdating sa school, hindi siya naiiwasan. So kung magkakaroon ng education ng self-defense, mas matutulungan natin yung mga victims ng bullying kung paano nila ipaglalaban ang sarili nila.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
So tingin ko hindi naman siya masama. So hanggat kaya mong ipaglaban ang sarili mo para hindi ka din mabully, sa tingin ko tama naman yun.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
So kapag naman bullying na... Sige, ulitin mo.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
So halimbawa kapag yung bullying na verbal, pwede natin gamitin yung self-defense ng kumbaga parang pwede naman tayong manahimik as long as na alam natin sa sarili natin na hindi tama yung ginagawa nila.
Are there any legal implications for using self-defense techniques in response to bullying?
So yun nga, meron namang legal implications talaga ang paggamit ng self-defense pagdating sa bullying. Since yun nga, sarili natin yung pinoprotektahan natin. So I think legal naman na ipaglaban din natin ang ating sarili from bullying.
What are some effective self-defense strategies to
Hindi, doon na tayo sa sa effective strategy.
What are some effective self-defense strategies for different types of bullying scenarios?
So yun nga, yung mga self-strategies na when it comes to verbal bullying. So pwede nating, kung ano mang iba to sa atin, hanggat alam natin na hindi naman totoo, huwag tayong maniniwala. And pagdating naman sa cyberbullying, pwede tayong mag-seek ng help sa mga professionals para alam natin kung paano yung tamang ways na magagawa natin sa paglaban, sa pag-combat ng bullying.
How can schools and communities work together to promote self-defense skills among youth?
So yun nga, katulad kanina nabanggit mo na nabanggit kanina sa tanong na mahalaga nga na meron ding self-defense education. So sa pamamagitan ng self-defense education, may educate natin ang bawat isa na labanan ang bullying na na-experience ng bawat isa.
What are the cultural barriers to implementing self-defense education in mainstream subjects?
Sa tingin ko yung barriers sa paglaban, tama ba? So sa tingin ko ay siguro yung schema or feel ko din yung behavior ng tao. Since kapag ang isang tao kasi minsan kasi binabaling nila yung attention nila sa iba. Since minsan, 'di ba, alam natin yung mga bullies, sila yung mga nakakaran.
The cultural and societal barriers to implementing self-defense education in mainstream subjects.
Sa tingin ko nga yung mga barriers siguro na sa self-defense education. Siguro kapag yung lack ng knowledge din, siguro yun yung mga or di kaya yung iba't ibang perspective ng tao kasi diverse ang culture natin. So may iba't ibang culture. So sa tingin ko cultural diversity yung possible na maging barrier natin.
How does self-defense training foster resilience and mental well-being in victims of bullying?
So kung self-defense, diba? So kung sa self-defense, kung may implement ang self-defense, sa tingin ko mabuboost yung confidence nila. Magiging mas matatag ang mga taong mabubully since alam na nila kung paano sila lalaban sa mga bullies.
Can self-defense education help reduce instances of cyberbullying and harassment?
Ulit.
Can self-defense education help reduce instances of cyberbullying and harassment?
So, yes, naniniwala ko na yun nga, ang self-defense education ay makakatulong para mabawasan din ang case ng bullying. Since yun nga, self-defense, ituturo dito kung paano na poprotektahan ang ating sarili from bullies. So, yun nga, kung alam ng mga tao at educated sila sa kung ano yung mga ways na pwede nilang gawin once na mabully sila, sa tingin ko, mababawasan yung bullying.
What are the ethical considerations of teaching self-defense to children and adolescents?
Sa tingin ko, ang kailangan nating i-consider, ang ethical consideration natin, kumbaga parang dapat alam natin kung nararapat ba na ituro ito. Lalo na dapat maging aware tayo since alam dapat ng mga tao na ang self-defense ay hindi lang sa paggamit ng dahas. Kumbaga parang pwedeng may mga iba't ibang bagay kung paano natin puprotektahan ang ating sarili na hindi tayo gumagamit ng dahas or anuman na makakasakit sa ibang tao. So, yun yung kailangan natin i-consider sa pag-i-implement ng yun yung ethical consideration sa self-defense education.
How can incorporating self-defense into mainstream subjects promote a culture of respect, empathy, and understanding?
So yun, since sabi ko nga kanina, diverse ang culture natin. So may iba't iba tayong kultura, may iba-iba tayong paniniwala. So kailangan na nandun yung awareness natin sa culture ng bawat isa. Kumbaga parang hindi lang side natin yung tinitingnan natin, maging yung culture ng iba. Hindi lang kultura natin, maging yung kultura ng ibang tao para magkaroon ng, yun nga, ng pantay-pantay na pagtingin sa kulturang meron ang bawat isa.
Thank you.